Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to you. Thank you for making time in your Friday afternoon to join us today and to be part of our very first virtual open day for the senior school at Somerset College. We're coming to you live. We are real people in real time coming to you from Somerset West and going out to the entire globe. Lovely to have you with us. I wish you could be here physically though. That would really be the best. And it's mainly because we'd love to see you. We'd like to know who you are. We'd like to meet you and your children. And also, I would like to be able to show you our beautiful campus for real. Such a lovely setting here at Somerset College. We're surrounded by vineyards and mountains. Our sports facilities are extensive. We have beautiful architecture ranging from Cape Dutch to 21st century high tech. There's so much for you to see. But of course you can't be here, and we're going to do the very best. We've put together a program that I hope will inspire you and will give you all the information that you need, and of course always you can ask for more. And we'll be able to take you round our campus, and I hope that you will seriously consider at the end of this afternoon joining our Somerset College community. My name is Patricia, and I'm part of the admissions team. It's my privilege to be the first point of contact for you when you phone or email, and it's my privilege to take you on a tour, and that's exactly what I'm going to do this afternoon. We're going to take you on a virtual visual tour of the school, and along the way you'll meet some key staff members, and they'll be sharing with you the work that they do at Somerset College and their passion for educating children to be fit and ready for the 21st century and for all the challenges that lie ahead in their adulthood. If you have any questions that arise from these conversations, please feel free to SMS or email them. There's an address in the bar at the bottom of the screen. We'd love to hear from you. This is your afternoon, and your input is very important to us, so please send any questions that you have. And during the course of the conversations that we have with staff, please feel free to just send those questions in. We'll have an answer session at the end of the time. We have a team of staff here who'll be able to answer any questions that you have. I just want to point out before we start our tour that many of our visuals were taken before masks and social distancing were part of our daily lives. But you will hear our staff speak about the creative ways in which we have dealt with the pandemic. So off we go, and we're going to start our tour at the top by meeting the executive head of Somerset College, Graham Sayer, to get the big picture of who we are and what we stand for. And then we're going to meet three of the most important people at our school. They're our students. We'll hear from the head prefects who are nearly at the end of their 5-year journey with us. And then, because many of you joining us today have children who would be in grade 8 in 2022, we've asked a grade 8 student to give us an idea of how she finds it being here at Somerset College. After that, we'll meet Claire Searle, our deputy head in charge of academics in our impressive Esteem Innovation Centre, and that's a building you've really got to see. We're going to find out about our academic curriculum and also to unpack what Esteem really is. And then to round off our first part of the tour, we're going to hear from Gareth Tucker. He's the deputy head and director of our Cambridge program. And we're going to hear from him about the opportunity for your child to be able to complete their A-levels at Somerset College. He also has news of a brand new online program starting for grade 8s next year. So, first up, our head, Graham Sayer.
Hello, and welcome to Somerset College's first ever online open day. Thank you for joining us. My name is Graham Sayer, and I am in my 14th year of service to Somerset College, and my 4th as head of the senior school and as executive head of the whole college. My task this morning is to speak to you about our values and our vision, about how those have been tested during this extraordinary year of global pandemic, and to invite you to join us. Firstly, Somerset College is a 23 years young, not-for-profit school that aims to be a destination school for Africa and beyond, with its sights set on preparing students to thrive on an international fourth industrial revolution stage, should they so choose. This means that we have had to be lean, efficient, and effective for our entire lifespan to this point. And so we will need to continue to be as the world adapts to 2020's challenges and their many ramifications. In this, we are aided by the following critical factors: a highly skilled and vastly experienced board of governors led by Nikki Newton-King, who is a former CEO of the JSE, one of the country's top business managers in Mr. Hein Mateer and his excellent finance department, a strong, dedicated, highly qualified and experienced staff complement, supportive, committed and exacting parents, and talented students. We are also a roughly 1/5 boarding school, with a boarding establishment that plays a pivotal role in stewarding community, camaraderie, and school spirit. Our motto is pietas, a Latin word that translates into English as piety, and essentially means devotion to a cause or person higher and greater than oneself. As a school founded on Christian principles and values, we hold chapel services once a week for all students and staff, and there are chaplains' lessons for juniors. However, we welcome adherents of all faiths, as well as those who are not religious. And what we aim to cultivate in the chapel services and in the chaplains' lessons is mutual respect for all perspectives, a deeper understanding and appreciation for those perspectives, and constructive reflection on personal and community transformation in line with our school's values. These are dignity, aspiration, creativity, and contribution. Dignity connotes both respect for ourselves and for others, which, especially if combined with compassion, should lead us to want to be better and to do better for others and for our planet. Hence, the next value, which is aspiration, which is distinct from raw ambition and implicitly leads us away from the selfish pursuit of more and better. However, especially in these deeply challenging times, to achieve those things to which we aspire, we will have to exhibit unprecedented creativity, which speaks both of mastery of the curriculum, in that creativity occupies the top echelons of Bloom's taxonomy, and to those attributes universally acknowledged as being required for success in the fourth industrial revolution: critical thinking, collaboration, communication, creativity, and problem solving. And all of this, we want our students to enact, not for their own selfish gain, but in order to make a contribution to their families, communities, country, and world. Hence, our culminating value, which is contribution. Guided by these values, our curricular goals are to uncover and stretch our students' aptitudes, to strengthen agency and promote ownership, whether that be in the pursuit of academic achievement in either of two world-class programs, the local South African IEB curriculum or the Cambridge International Examinations curriculum, through the further development of 21st century skills and dispositions in our STEAM program, where the motto is think, challenge, change, through participation in the outdoor program, with Trek being the most iconic enterprise, or in the areas of sports, arts and culture, and social responsibility. The call, in conclusion, then is to fully engage with all of this, to make your fireplace here, and to help each other through compassion, encouragement, community, and inspiration to develop the resilience necessary to reach the mountaintops of achievement. It is easy to mouth these words, but far more difficult to live them. When the COVID-19 crisis began, I told our staff that this would be the most transparent benchmarking experience in the history of education, and so it has proven to be. This year, more than any other, has tested our resolve, and I am very proud to say that our commitment to these values and goals has been borne out in our stakeholders' experience of our response to COVID-19. And so, we can look forward, even to the very challenging landscape of the future, with great confidence. And now, we warmly invite you to join us.
I was told that the next 5 years would fly by and I would make some of the most special memories and friends. And before I would know it, matric would be here. Well, now, sitting here in front of you, I know that that was the truth. I have been a member of the Somerset College community since I started here in 2010, in the beginning of my grade 3 year. Although high school and the things that go with it can sometimes be intimidating, like the new people, the workload, I can also say that it is the most exciting 5 years of your life. This school has the most beautiful campus I have ever experienced. And for me, it has become my home away from home, where the people here have shaped me into the person I am today, whether it be teaching staff, sports staff, facility staff, or catering staff, but most importantly, my peers.
When I sat down to gather my thoughts about what to talk to you about today, it became very clear that I am so privileged to be here. Somerset College is not only a school, but a family. From the moment I arrived as a grade 8 student, I felt the endless possibilities and energy. The academic experience here has been world-class. Our teachers are simply awesome. I value the relationships that I have with my teachers. They spend so much time and effort in getting to know each individual, and they notice immediately when someone is having an off day. They have the flexibility to mix things up and teach more creatively. Embrace it. Take pride in the fact that you will leave here at the end of your grade 12 year career, equipped with 21st century thinking skills and the emotional tenacity to overcome any challenge you might face. Some of my favorite moments have been on stage, performing at our annual Pops concerts. From the audition stages through to the build-up to the live shows, I felt energized and motivated to give my best. The experience pushed me to be more creative and trust my own abilities. We are blessed with a beautiful campus. Somerset College is a place to grow roots, explore your talents, feel your passions, and to make memories. Whether on the sports field, in class, or during the many cultural performances, I built meaningful and lasting relationships. Somerset College is a school with heart, set in a breathtaking valley with mountains and vineyards, but it's the beauty within its people that will forever be etched in my heart.
I've been to many schools, but none of them really felt like home until I came to Somerset College. Somerset College really embraces your differences and your quirkiness. Whether you want to be better at sport or art, there's something for anybody at the school. It is a place where you can make mistakes and learn, and it's a safe environment. And I think for anybody in 8th grade, the first day of school was very daunting, but just the school made it so much easier and so much calmer. It was just so much more relaxing. Even through the coronavirus, this year has been a great one, and I'm looking forward to the years to come at the school. Somerset College is such a family, and I feel very privileged to be a part of it. Academics at Somerset College is characterized by the pursuit of excellence and attentiveness to the students' individual needs. Our academic offering revolves around three main pillars. This is the IEB, Cambridge, and Esteem, which is our innovation offering. Students at Somerset College write an IEB matric certificate and will graduate with that qualification, unless, of course, they choose at the end of grade 10 to follow the Cambridge stream, in which case they will graduate with a Cambridge qualification. The benefit of this for our students is that there is choice and there is opportunity. And for our teachers, it means extension in terms of many of our teachers who teach across both streams or teach in one stream and feedback that experience into their departments. This makes for a rich teaching and learning environment and a certain sophistication in our school. Esteem is our innovation offering. It revolves around the very well-established science, technology, engineering, and maths cross-curricular approach. And in addition to that, we add an A, which brings in art, and an E, which is entrepreneurship. Therefore, Esteem is what we do. By moving away from a disjointed, silo-based approach to these subjects, our students are encouraged to be involved in systems thinking, where their thinking becomes cross-curricular and much more enriched, and where they find simple or complex solutions to intractable problems, often real-world problems. They are allowed a lot of choice in Esteem within certain parameters and engage in problem solving, critical thinking, and very importantly, creative thinking. Creativity is not just something that we bring into the art aspect of Esteem, but rather creativity we focus on as a way of finding multiple answers to one question or generating many possibilities. Creativity is very important in terms of innovation. In fact, creativity is central to innovation, the innovation that our world so desperately needs right now. So we encourage creative thinking. Creativity is also one of the factors that makes for success later on in life. As such, it's very important that we bring it into our classrooms. Esteem runs in every classroom for every child in the school from grade 000 to grade 11. It is not just something which is done in the extracurricular realm or as a club, although we run Esteem clubs as well in robotics and coding and the like. But Esteem is run in every classroom for every child in the school, and as such, it is a central part of what we offer at Somerset College. In addition, it permeates through the curriculum into our traditional classrooms, and we see echoes of Esteem and STEM thinking and the innovation that is central to that in all of our classrooms: history, geography, biology, maths, and so on. That is something that makes Somerset College academics really special. Therefore, Esteem is thoroughly incorporated into our school, and the way of thinking is embedded throughout the curriculum. Our academic offering is underpinned by a thriving pastoral care system in which a student's needs are supported. A student can turn not only to their teachers for emotional or academic support, also to their tutor, who acts as a central mentor in the student's life, to their grade head. We have 2 grade heads in every grade, mostly a female grade head and a male grade head that cater to our students' needs and look after them. And then also to our student development unit, where we have counselors and an educational psychologist who are there to support our students with whatever they need. We know that students cannot learn if they're unhappy or if they're anxious, and all of those adults are there to support our students to do their best. So it is our offering of the IEB system, of the Cambridge system, and the choice that our students have between the two, our incorporation of Esteem and innovative STEM thinking, and our attentiveness to the students' emotional and individual academic needs that really sets us apart.
Good afternoon. My name is Gareth Tucker. I'm the Senior Deputy of the Somerset College Senior School. I'm also the Director of the Somerset College Cambridge program, and today I'm going to speak to you about our Cambridge program as well as our online grade 8 offering. We offer the Cambridge program as an AS and A-level staged route so that students can obtain the international A-level certificate, which is accepted in many universities around the world. Our program starts at the end of grade 10 and runs parallel to our grade 11 and grade 12 years that we offer here on the IEB. So students in grade 10 can change from doing IEB into the Cambridge program when they go into grade 11. Our Cambridge program is also open to students from other schools and other countries who have completed a grade 10 equivalent certificate or have completed the GCSE or IGCSE certificates at another school. They are then able to approach us and come complete the AS and A-level qualifications here at Somerset College. Regarding the grade 8 online program, next year in 2021, we will be offering our grade 8 online program for the first time. The grade 8 classes will be taught purely online. It is academic only, and the classes will be run in conjunction with our current online grade 8 classes. In other words, the online classes will run according to the same timetable and the same schedule that our current grade 8 classes run. The classes will be taught every day by teachers who are currently teaching grade 8 classes as well. So those students will have contact with the teachers every day. They will be seeing their teachers for at least 20 hours per week. So it is not a homeschooling option, but rather an online option where students are being taught every day.
That gives you an idea of our academic foundation, the options available at Somerset College, and what drives our passion for equipping young people for the 21st century. Remember, if you have any questions at all, you're very welcome to SMS or email them. The address is on the bar at the bottom of the screen. We'd love to get your input and your questions, and we'll have a session towards the end of our time here, and our team are available to answer and tell you what you'd like to know about Somerset College. A school is judged primarily on its academics, but you want to have more than that for your child. You want a holistic and balanced education that gives your child a broad range of experiences and opportunities, and Somerset College certainly provides that. We've got a whole team of people lined up to tell you about our sport and culture at Somerset College, ranging from students to teachers to specialist coaches. And you'll also meet another of our deputy heads, Alvain Brink. He's the head of sport and outdoor education. And when we run you through our sports program, we'd like you to take a look behind the scenes at our drama department. The arts plays a major role at our school. There's art on display almost everywhere. I love it when I take parents touring the school and we go into the science block, because as they enter it, they find that the science block is full of art. In terms of music at Somerset College, you're very cool if you play an instrument here. Our music department offers a wide range of instruments, and there are termly music concerts, and our biggest cultural event of the year, an incredible 3-night music show, our Pops concert, where we go large and we hire professional sound and lighting, big screens and smoke machines. It's a real rock star moment for our performing students. We're going to close off this segment with Yanni van Sale, who's head of our drama department.
Somerset College athletes strive for excellence through passion and hard work. With the help of our dedicated coaches, who always encourage us to achieve everything which we are capable of, our teams are able to compete among some of the top in the country.
Sport is an integral part of any school environment, and it is no different at Somerset College. We realize that the lessons learnt while participating or competing in sport are invaluable in the development of our students.
We believe that it's easy to balance the demands of achieving and enjoying sport. Emphasis is placed on excellent skills development and ensuring that all our sportsmen and women are conditioned and fit.
We not only focus on the physical development, but also on the understanding of the game and its rules. Players must understand their role in the team and the important contribution they make to the enjoyment of the sport and the successes that the team achieves.
Somerset College is very competitive in our respective sports leagues. We also pride ourselves in coaching sound life lessons alongside the technical aspects of the respective sports. With specialist coaching and our excellent training facilities, we have certainly made our mark on sports in South Africa.
In summer, we offer cricket, water polo, tennis, rowing, and swimming. Our winter sports offerings are hockey, netball, rugby, golf, squash, and cross country. In our short 22 years of existence, we have produced 46 national sportsmen and women in various sports, including Olympians and Youth Olympians.
This encapsulates the environment that our sports department have strived to build, one where we allow talent to grow and reach its full potential while providing a plethora of context in which to compete. This growth happens through our experienced and highly qualified sports staff and their day-to-day interactions with the students.
Furthermore, we are exceptionally proud of the opportunities that our sports provide our students, many of which come in the form of national and international sports tours, allowing our students to broaden their horizons in many different ways.
Our campus offering varies, and it's a hallmark of the approach we take to encourage our students to all participate in the broader extramural activities that include sport, drama, and music. Somerset College is extremely proud of our music department. Over 500 students weekly take individual lessons taught by 25 passionate teachers. This is one of the biggest departments in the Helderberg Basin. Currently, due to COVID, our campus is empty, and we can only offer limited activities on campus. We are looking forward to 2021, when we can return to playing, coaching, touring, and traveling. And we're inviting you to join us on this exciting journey.
The Dramatic Arts Department at Somerset College advocates for the transformative power of the performing arts. We know that our students' future successes depend on their ability to be problem solvers, creative thinkers, idea generators, and strategists. As a subject, dramatic arts aims to give agency to students in becoming wise and socially conscious citizens. The skills taught in the drama classroom and during rehearsals for extracurricular theatre productions are consciously focused on letting students experience and value hard work, effective collaboration, accountability, and entertaining and considering multiple perspectives on the world we inhabit. Dramatic arts aims to stretch the creative muscles of our future playwrights and film producers, as well as engineers, entrepreneurs, and activists. Indeed, every career that requires one to communicate with people in an empathetic and open-minded manner.
I hope you found those talks informative. And again, if you have any questions about our sports or arts at Somerset College, please feel free to SMS or email us at the address in the bar below at the bottom of the screen, and we can answer your questions at the end of the session. Approximately 20% of our students are boarders. That means Somerset College is not only their school, but also their home from home. These students add to the diversity and interest at Somerset College because some of them come from all corners of the globe. Mark Pickering, head of boarding, is here to tell us about this interesting facet of life at Somerset College. Having your child in boarding with us means that we have an additional role to play in our partnership with you in moulding your child for adulthood. Mark also heads up what must be the premier school-based adventure in the country. And I know you'll be impressed at seeing what happens at Trek after we've met him first in the boarding house.
Hi there, my name is Mark Pickering and I'm the Director of Boarding here at Somerset College. Boarding here is a modern, diverse, supportive environment, a place where we want all of our boarders to live out our ethos, which is when we live, let us truly live. Boarding at Somerset College plays a key role in the lives of approximately 120 students. We have 60 girls in Founders House and 60 boys in Vineyard House. Here, you'll quickly find yourself in a caring, supportive community environment that really wants to create a story that you'll happily remember and use for the rest of your life. This story starts from the very first moment you walk past the yellow chair in either of the boarding houses, until your last night in boarding and your last night of being a matric at Somerset College. Because it's on that night that you get to sit in the yellow chair for the first and last time. It's during this opportunity where the rest of the house, including the staff, gets the opportunity to come and tell you what they think about you and how you've influenced and what you've done for the boarding house. In other words, telling you what legacy you and your character are leaving in the boarding house. This legacy here is built on diverse human connections, which are formed closely between you, our boarding house assistants, and your older mentors, who are actually there for you before day one to help you settle in at Somerset College and to handle the pressures of academic workloads and just growing up. These connections are fostered during other more informal times, such as outside time, which is 5 o'clock every day. And whether this is through a game of touch rugby, soccer, a walk around the vineyards, these connections, these fun memories, this energy is brought back into the boarding houses after 5 o'clock and further cements our foundations. I suppose you could call them fundations. Boarding is a home away from home, but it is also a feeling that you don't have to go through the challenges of growing up alone. You not only go through it with your fellow boarders in your same grade, but you go through it with the boarders in the younger grades and the older grades. Basically, we go through it together here. You, the boarders, the boarding house assistants, we go through life together. So, we look forward to sharing and building your story here in our boarding houses one day, and to have you sitting proudly in this yellow chair. Hi there, my name is Mark Pickering. I'm the Trek Coordinator at Somerset College, and I'm going to be speaking to you about outdoor education at the high school. Outdoor education is an established and exciting space at Somerset College, which, if you think about it, is the ultimate space in which to grow. We safely give our students unique and character-building experiences, building skill sets year on year that ultimately build one of the most important life skills, confidence. Confidence in yourself and in your ability. This is something that outdoor education at Somerset College strives to load your metaphorical backpack with for life. This is done in spaces away from the daily stresses of life, away from social media, away from one's phone. Our students here build strong, lifelong, grade relationships that are respectful and build on one another from year to year, ultimately building wolf packs in our grades. For our grade 8s, we go on 2 camps. The first camp they go on is in their first 3 weeks at high school. Here, they get to know their fellow grade 8 peers, their tutors, their teachers, and the prefects. It's a fun-filled environment where it's really about starting to foster connections with one another. The second grade 8 camp happens at the end of the grade 8 year and is one just to further cement friendships and relationships formed. Then on to grade 9. We take our grade 9s on what is considered the pinnacle of outdoor education in South Africa, known as Trek. On foot, bicycle, and boat, you'll cover 360 kilometers in 27 days, going across some of the most beautiful parts of the Western Cape and indeed South Africa. Trek is now in its 22nd year and has served as a pioneer outdoor classroom that has seen all its students discover strengths and abilities they didn't know they had. But what's more special is that they have those skills forever. Each group consists of around 15 boys and 15 girls, accompanied by 2 accompanying adults, who are mainly there to ensure safety. The groups are provided with food and water en route, as well as maps for navigation. The students are responsible for this and pretty much everything else along the way, with each member of the group leading for at least one day on trek. One could say that our trekkers learn how to go the extra mile, whether planned or not. For it's that mile that often provides growth and engraves something to be proud of, both individually and as a group. Trek is our flagship outdoor education program, not because of the distance we cover, not because of how many days it is, but it's for the distance and days with which it goes on after trek, which by all accounts, from speaking to our past pupils, our old oaks, is forever. Our grade 10s also go on a camp to the Cedarburg, which is a space where they can reconnect with that person they found when they were on trek and reconnect with nature, again, away from cell phones and the daily stresses of our busy lives. This camp, they're given a budget for which they need to purchase and prepare all their meals for themselves and their groups. It's an environment in the Cedarburg where you are really at its core. Our grade 11s, they go on their last camp in the first term of their grade 11 year. It's a camp that provides another opportunity for them to learn more about themselves, to think about themselves in possible positions of leadership, and to grow those areas in their mind and in their hearts, and to cement the friendships, relationships they've now formed as grade 11 students at Somerset College. Overall, outdoor education at Somerset College serves and tries to instill with each of its students what Rudyard Kipling had to say, which is that the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
Wow, some amazing countryside for our students to be camping in and traveling through. That trek experience is an enormous privilege. Imagine being able to spend 27 days outdoors. It's something you never get to be able to do later on as an adult, and I think it really is a transformative experience for all those students. They come back and they certainly are different. Now we've come to the part of the program where we get to hear your voice. Thank you for those who've sent in questions. I'm going to read them out and as time allows, and we'll ask various members of the team to answer them. Now the questions are actually on a board which is above me, so if you think I'm just sucking the questions out of the air, you're partly right, but the questions are above here. And the first question I want to direct to Claire Searle, our Deputy Head in charge of academics, because it's a question that looks particularly at something that's become very much more relevant now in these COVID times. Claire, the question is, to what extent does the school support the use of electronic devices versus textbooks? Perhaps you could let us know, as from your point of view as Deputy Head in charge of academics, and we could look a little bit about the impact on our academics during this time of change. Thanks, Claire.
Thank you so much, Patricia. Patricia, at the moment we are not a one-to-one device school, so not every student in the school brings a device to school every day. Therefore, we still use physical textbooks, and we find that they are preferable for a number of reasons. However, we have many computer rooms in the school and banks of laptops that are used for IT purposes. But in terms of supporting the use of e-books and electronic books, some students do bring devices to school and some students do use electronic books. That's not a problem for us, but it's not a question, it's not a situation where that is our policy to use all electronic books. During the lockdown and in the last few months, e-textbooks have served their purpose because students who found themselves separated from their books, or indeed students who joined the school during that time, managed very well by accessing e-textbooks. I hope that summarizes some thoughts and approach to e-books and devices.
Thanks, Claire. Appreciate that answer. Alvain, I'm going to ask you a sports question. And it's an interesting one because I'm a great proponent of this one. I think For generations, girls have been denied the privilege of playing cricket, and there are a great many skills that are learnt in that game. I'm very pleased to say that our prep school includes girls in playing cricket. And so, Alvain, the question is, does the senior college offer cricket for girls?
Good afternoon. Yeah, Patricia, we currently unfortunately do not have a girls' cricket team, but that does not stop us from encouraging the girls to pick up the bat and come and join us for a game of cricket. We've got excellent training facilities, and Somerset College have managed to produce both Boland and Western Province cricketers that represent us in the girls' teams.
Thanks, Alvain. Well, that's something to work towards here at Somerset College. My next question is directed at Graham Sayer, the Executive Head of Somerset College. And this question comes in obviously by a parent concerned about what could be happening in the future in terms of COVID. COVID is very much a time of uncertainty, and the question is, how prepared is the school for another possible lockdown as experienced in other countries?
Thanks for that question, and thank you, Patricia. Well, the short answer is exceedingly well prepared, and that's due to an industry-leading crisis management system that we implemented just before lockdown was announced. And the crisis team, which runs that system, is now, I think, approaching 100 hours of meetings to direct our response to the crisis. We're now in the school continuation phase of that. But one of our guiding principles has been to accept every challenge as it's arisen. And so we assessed online, full scale, including a full set of mid-year examinations. And so should there be another lockdown, you can rest assured that our students will receive a high quality of curriculum delivery.
Thank you. Thanks, Graham. I think the way Somerset College has coped with the COVID crisis and the sudden adjustment to a different way of teaching and learning is very much a practical example of what we try to teach our students in STEAM, and that's to face the challenge, to look at it creatively, to be resilient in the face of the difficulties that go accompanied with it, to be flexible. You might need to change your plan and adapt it as time goes on. And I think for many of us, this has been we've been catapulted into the future, and we realize that it's here, and what we're preparing our students for is not for tomorrow, but for today. We have we have a question here for Alvain. Alvain, this one concerns another facet that you're responsible for at school, and that's in terms of discipline. How does Somerset College address the matter of bullying, and should those kind of incidents arise?
Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, from sport to discipline, I would have liked to talk more about sport, but unfortunately discipline is a reality at any school. First of all, I need to say that we do not tolerate bullying at Somerset College. That doesn't matter if it's cyberbullying or physical bullying. This is an educational institution, and first of all, we'd like to educate our students about the topic of bullying, and for that we discuss it in classrooms, and we get speakers in to talk to our students about it. Students and parents also need to know where they can find the necessary policies and documents regarding bullying. If we find out there was bullying at Somerset College, then there's a two-way approach that we follow. There's the pastoral route and the discipline route. On the pastoral route, it's both the victim and the perpetrator that can receive some care, and that happens through their tutors, our chaplain, the grade heads, or even our student development unit. In terms of discipline, there's a process that we follow, and it can result in a restorative justice process, a detention, or any other form of punishment, and students need to know that there are consequences for their actions. And afterwards, hopefully we've all learned through this process, and then we can all contribute to making this a safe environment for everyone here.
Thank you, Alvain. That's a well-considered answer. Our next question, obviously a parent who's interested in the Cambridge program, so I'm calling on Gareth Tucker, who's the director of the Cambridge program, as well as being a deputy head at our school. Gareth, could you give us some insight into the subject choices and in the Cambridge program, as well as the entry criteria, and the difference between the IEB and the Cambridge curriculum, So quite a lot in that question. Perhaps we can take it bit by bit. Let's look first of all about the subject choices that are available in the Cambridge program.
Thank you, Patricia. That's a great question. It's one that can keep us going here for quite a while. And the reason for that is that the Cambridge program allows for a lot of flexibility. So the program that we follow is the Cambridge International program. And because it starts in grade 11, it runs parallel to grade 11 as effectively the AS and the A level. We are looking for students to have the correct subject choice in grade 10, obviously. In grade 8 and 9, students would all take the same subjects. Their choices going through to grade 10 would then make a difference. And we do advise students in their subject choice going into grade 10 who have hinted or thought about possibly following the Cambridge program later on. In Cambridge, there are over 52 subjects which are offered by the Cambridge International Curriculum. We only offer 12 or 13 of them. And the subjects that we offer are known as facilitating subjects. Those are the subjects that the universities, both here in South Africa and abroad, would be looking for students to have or to offer as part of their portfolio. So those subjects that we offer would be the subjects that we're looking for students to be doing in grade 10, preferably. And the other big one that we would like students to be doing in grade 10 would be APM, the Advanced Mathematics program, because that certainly leads into the AS Maths program as well.
Right, thanks for that part, Gareth. And then looking at the entry criteria.
We're talking about entry criteria into the Cambridge program. So entry criteria into the Cambridge program, we're normally looking for students who are above average in terms of their academic achievements up until that point in grade 10. The reason for that is that our Cambridge program is an accelerated program. The AS, the Cambridge AS program, is essentially grade 11 and grade 12 in 1 year. And the reason for that is that students who have completed an AS are regarded as having the same level of qualification as somebody who has completed a grade 12 National Senior Certificate. So we are essentially doing 2 years in one in the AS year, which means that students who are looking to do the Cambridge program need to be committed, and they need to make sure that they are focused and engaged and they are there for the right reasons. Right, so the IEB, not to be confused with IB. IB is the International Baccalaureate, whereas IEB is the South African Independent Examination Board. The IEB grade 12 is accepted by many universities overseas. We can't simply just say it is not accepted, it is. And there are a number of universities and some very good universities, Edinburgh being one of them that comes to mind straight away. However, there are also the top universities around the world, such as Oxford and Cambridge, and a number of Dutch universities and Swiss universities that do not accept IEB, and for that reason, students would have to follow the Cambridge A-level program. The difference between the two is that the A-level, as we do it, is the Cambridge International A-level is accepted around the world. When our students write their Cambridge exams, there are 400,000 students around the world writing the exact same exam. But that must not be confused with the local UK Cambridge curriculum. In the UK, there's the Cambridge curriculum, which is run by Cambridge University, and there's Cambridge International, which is also run by Cambridge University, but that is the one that we do. So while the students in the UK may be writing the Cambridge A-level, we are writing the Cambridge International A-level, which is seen on a par with the Cambridge UK and also with the IB, the International Baccalaureate.
Thank you. Lots of facts to think about on that one. If you are particularly looking at our Cambridge program, we always do have the opportunity to have a meeting with Gareth and to just to be confirmed about exactly what criteria your child needs to meet. Our next question moves from Cambridge to drama, and I think obviously your video, Dani, impressed our
We are fortunate at Somerset College that we offer drama both as an elective, as an academic subject up to grade 12 level, and we also offer theatre making and theatre participation as an extracurricular offering. We have a prestigious annual school production, theatre production, as well as inter-house play festivals where students really make theatre for students, by students. And theatrically, you can get involved on stage, backstage, behind the scenes, behind the camera, behind a sound desk. You can sew, you can paste, you can glue, you can make up, everything it takes to tell a story, both in class and outside of class. Could be facetious, so I'm going to be. Applause. When parents come and students come to us afterwards and acknowledge and thank us for the tiny role we had in their development. I see it every day. We had class this morning with our grade 11s, and my colleague and I were just astounded once again about how much they managed to creatively develop their thoughts and their expression and the way in which they listen to each other in this time period, working online, offline, WhatsApp each other. And so I suppose that would be the most gratifying and rewarding aspect of my job. I get to watch children play, and I get paid for it.
Wonderful, thanks, Jan. Our next question is directed for Graham. And that, obviously, a parent has heard about our academic reputation at Somerset College. They're looking for a bit more than that. Apart from academics, is the question, would you say that your students are balanced emotionally and socially?
Okay. Right, well, thank you for that question. Another very good one. I suppose there's no absolute metric to prove that that's the case, although certainly we encourage all of our students to achieve that kind of balance. And I suppose one of the best tests would be a visit to our campus to talk to our students and see them interacting at break times and in classrooms. But I also have become a magpie for wonderful stories about our students in life after school. So, one of my favorite stories is from a family which has decided to send its last two daughters to us after their first few daughters had gone to a famous school in Johannesburg. And the reason that they did that was because one of the elder daughters had met some of our alumni at Res at UCT and had remarked on how wonderfully balanced they were and what people of integrity and discipline they were, as well as being the kind of people who are taking the tough courses and succeeding at them. And then, there are a number of our alumni who've been primari of residences at Stellenbosch. And again, I think that speaks to a balance in the kind of people that they are. Absolutely. I think those are the best stories for all educators when we see how our students do in life after school.
Indeed, that's what the school is about preparing our students for the future, not only in terms of academics and technology, but in terms of the people who they are. Alvin, I have another question for you, and I know because we're dealing here with teenagers, this is a question that parents do ask. In light of character formation, how is discipline enforced at the school?
Yeah, I think we need to understand that we try and educate the students about discipline, and that our aim is for students to be self-disciplined. So the education is about what is needed to be disciplined and the outcomes of that, and then they can move that to an intrinsic discipline for all our students. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes we need extrinsic discipline as well, and then it is duly applied. I see there's another question up there for me, Patricia.
Yes.
And the question is, do we offer ballet at Somerset College? And the short answer is no. But a number of our students do take on ballet, modern dancing, and other forms, and we encourage them to continue with those. And we try and as often as possible to celebrate their achievements here at college, the achievements that they achieve outside of the school.
Thank you. Thanks, Alvain. And then Mark, I'd like you to get out of that yellow chair in the boarding house and step up and answer a question for us. Boarding and boarding institutions often have stories about orientation, and this question touches on that, and the parent wants to know, how are new boarders orientated into the boarding house family?
Thank you, Patricia. As you would have heard in the video there, it actually starts before you arrive in either Vineyard House or Founder's House through your mentor who's assigned to you, who will reach out and just give you that human connection before you actually physically arrive at the boarding houses. And then from that point, you'll continue to build that relationship with your mentor, as well as our boarding house assistants that live in the boarding houses with our students, both in Founder's House and Vineyard House. Then beyond that, we have a in-weekend as the first weekend of the school year, where we enjoy various fun activities, going to the beach, enjoying our surroundings that are around us here, hiking, not the whole way to the top, but just in the Helderberg mountain ranges. We just enjoy being together, so that's how I'd say your orientation, just about who you are and how you feel, starts. And then from there, it continues throughout the year through that close contact with boarding house assistants, myself, and your mentor. And there's fun activities planned for our, let's call them, our termly boarders that stay in over weekends. So it's through that they're orientated individually, so they can handle all the challenges that come with going to high school. And then the other part I would say, Patricia, is that they help one another orientate themselves at high school. So another part that I mentioned in the video there that is so meaningful is that they go through life together and adjusting to a high school.
Thank you. Thank you for those questions. I think Graham Sayer has one more comment to make here.
So the question is whether there's initiation in grade 8. Initiation is outlawed by the South African Schools Act, and we absolutely do not tolerate any form of initiation whatsoever. Orientation, though, is something that we're very focused on. We want all of our grade 8s and all of our new students, indeed, to feel very welcome here. And there are a lot of people who put work in to ensure that that's the case.
Thank you, Graham, and thank you to our parents and those watching this afternoon for those questions. I think you covered a very broad range of important issues at a school like Somerset College. Thank you for being part of today. Thank you for your interest in how we work and learn and play at Somerset College. I hope that you found our virtual visual tour informative and inspiring. And I hope you're also thinking about what comes next. What steps should you take in order to join Somerset College? If you'd like to apply for your child, the simplest way is to do so via our website. You go to the home page and then find admissions, and there's a little box that drops down, and you'll find the online application form there. There's also information on our fee structure, and you'll find our prospectus there. And I really would urge you to have a look through that. You'll find a lot of information that you might perhaps have missed this afternoon, and you'll find that there, and that will really be able to answer a lot of questions that you might perhaps not have asked today. Firstly, if you're wanting to place your child with us in 2021, then I want to urge you to apply as soon as possible. Then we can get in touch with you and we can process that immediately. And then I should think there's quite a lot of parents who are with us today who are interested in having your child join us in grade 8 in 2022. And I would ask you also to please apply soon to make sure that your child comes onto our waiting list. The process is as follows. During November of each year, we contact those who are on our waiting list, and we ask if they just want to confirm that they're still interested in approaching Somerset College for a place in grade 8. And then we invite your child to join us for the writing of our placement tests in mathematics and English, and that will take place next year on the 20th of February 2021. So you want to be sure that your application is in good time, so that you are part of the paperwork that goes towards creating that event. We offer a comprehensive tour of the college on that day, so I want to recommend that if you're applying for grade 8 2022, that you wait for that date to really enjoy the tour that you'll have of the college. Leave those who are applying for now to be able to have the tours. Those who are needing to come in 2021 need to be toured first. Just to explain, we offer a limited number of scholarships to incoming grade 8s only. We offer those scholarships every year, and the funding supports them year by year through their high school career. Now, once the placement tests have been written on the 20th of February, we will mark those tests, and then we make a selection based on academic merit, and we invite a group of students to write our scholarship exams. Based, of course, on the results of that and on interviews with a team of staff, we are able to award scholarships, and then you can be sure that by the end of the first term of 2021, you will have been already approached with an offer of place. So that means you can then sleep easily. I know finding a place in high school is often a very stressful thing. I'd just also like to draw your attention to the fact that we are not going to be increasing our school fees for next year. The 2021 fees are the same as 2020. And this is an initiative on the part of the school to assist parents who have taken a battering during the lockdown and COVID times. We felt that we wanted to be able to support parents in this way. We know that for you, quality education for your child is a priority, and we also know how difficult and complicated things have become lately. If you have any further questions, you're welcome to email me for information, admissions@somcol.co.za. You'll find that email address on the website as well. And I want to thank you for sharing in this virtual open day with us. We're very pleased that you heard about us, that you wanted to find out more, and I hope that you are really keen to find out even more about us by coming personally, by applying, and by joining us in our school community. So now it's time to say goodbye, but just for a time, take care, be well, and stay well. And may we meet again next time, face to face. Bye-bye.